All right, welcome back, everyone. The long awaited return of the Dragons of the Frozen Seas is upon us. Last session, we had our first PC death as Ixlana was frozen solid by the mute hag Old Mother, who had been in disguise infiltrating Scotty's people. And as um, they are recuperating and recovering, they are discussing what the best options are moving forward. It has already been determined that it is not 100% safe here, but they don't know what to do or where to go from here. So they're going to start to discuss amongst themselves, and unfortunately, the player who plays Scotty is not here, so I will be NPCing them, and I believe there is a question for Scotty right off the bat.
All of your question?
There are tracks to the north, Scotty. It looks like your people fled that way. What would they have been going to?
There is but one thing to the north, a frozen sea and a small village right on the coast of the frozen sea where we hunt for whales and seals and other things to provide fat and oil.
He cut out after fat.
Fat and oil.
And how far is it?
It's about a 2-day journey due to the, climate and snow.
Do you know of any shelter or caves to hide in along?
Aside from maybe a wayward pine, there is very little in the way of shelter.
I don't think we can start a fire and give away our position once we leave this place. And I don't know if we'd survive the exposure in our.
Agreed.
Does Hafner have anything to add to the conversation?
Hafnir says it looks like everybody here is dead, and that means that I should be returning to my people.
There's tracks leading to the north. I don't think everybody is dead. I think it's too soon to say that everybody is dead at this point. Uh, there's tracks leading to the north. I think we should follow those tracks.
We were just attacked by a witch. Ixlana is dead. Rolf is dead. My men are wounded.
We didn't come all this way just to turn around.
Which one of us is in charge here?
It's a good question. Scotty?
Scotty, I guess at this point, would attempt to, smooth things over. Use her, position to try and influence this.
Persuade him, or
Yeah. Scotty is very bad at diplomacy, and no, just kidding. She does a whole Hafnir. You know full well that my people are strong. That is why this alliance makes so much sense. They were not killed here in this battle. The tracks prove that they fled to the north, and if we rescue them, how grateful would my father be? he might bestow a portion of our treasure upon you, or some other boon for not only accepting this alliance and pushing forward with this diplomatic solution, but also coming to his rescue. Don't you want to be the hero of this epic tale? And Hafnir's like, well, yeah, I mean, fuck yeah, I do. Of course I'm the hero. Shit, fucking Hafnir. Yeah. So.
So Hafnir's going along with it then, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you have to understand that it made sense from an NPC perspective to have him, say, well, looks like this has been a scrubbed mission here, but um, with Scotty rolling so high, it appears as though he's changed his mind.
Still leaves a question of you want to just leave now, Eric, or you want to get Eric?
Eric's still trying to get warm by the fire.
Yeah, Eric's pretty worn out at this point. If Scotty can maybe provide some good berries or something.
Yeah, she'll be providing maximum good berries per day. So that's what 3 times, or no, it's more than that. Hold on.
Because Eric is pretty much half dead at this point.
So are the men. We can blow our healing spells and hole up as best we can and hope we don't get slaughtered in the.
Yeah, I don't have any healing spells right now. I'm already depleted on that front. All right, let's find a sturdy place to take up shelter here in the village.
All right, so she's got 10 berries right now. So if she gives them all to Eric, so that's 10 hit points that you've healed. And then I'm going to save the rest of the spell points for, just in case.
If she has her channel, she can blow that right before we rest to heal all of us, the Vikings. As Hafnir, I believe we should fortify our position and make camp, rest well. It might be the last rest we get for a while before we set out to find our people in the morning.
All right, so that's an additional 3 for everyone because everyone would have been close enough. Okay, and so am I hearing correctly that the intention is to set out then?
Believe we were going to take a rest, and if we already had a fire in this lodge,
Yes.
I think we all just do our best sheep imitation and try to stay warm through the rest period and set out as soon as we're recovered.
I think we should have guards posted. I think they should be in shifts of 2. And
me and the unwounded Vikings, most likely.
right, y'all should take the first shift.
Oh, thank God Vitor wasn't in this tent. He might have died.
Yeah, Vitor certainly would have died if he'd gotten hit by that spell.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and apply the effects of a long rest because there is no roll required. You guys are not set upon in the night.
All right, and as soon as that's done, I'll lead the group to where the tracks are. I assume since it's a large group, they're pretty easy to follow. If that's the case, I'll have Eric follow the tracks while I do as well as I can to hide our track.
All right, so
Sounds like a plan.
that'll be a survival roll for each of you then. One to follow tracks and one to hide tracks. Stop showing off, Eric.
I don't get to do much tracking, so I gotta show off when I can.
Yeah.
Would I click follow tracks on my roll or not?
Are you hiding tracks or following tracks?
I'm hiding.
Then no. All right, you do a pretty piss poor job, but
It's a damn Viking stomping around.
yeah, but I mean you're really good at it, so like you didn't put as much effort into it as you could have, but you're still really good, so it it's not like there's just super massive tracks, but there's a whole bunch of tracks that you're following that are, like you can't hide all the tracks.
Can't erase those.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 people.
You're bad at hiding tracks, and you should feel bad. Not that I could have done any better.
Yes, that is exactly what I was saying. You get one negative level for now for being so ashamed of your track hiding abilities.
Oh
Um, so as you guys are progressing along, you're moving through the tundra. This is icy, snowy, bitter cold. There is sun bouncing off of the ice and snow into your eyes. Every step you take, the wind is biting into any exposed skin that you have whatsoever. It is just a completely miserable experience. And you guys all have to roll a constitution check.
no! Does my endurance feat bypass that?
It gives you a +4 on it. Nope, not CMB. Constitution save. Fortitude save. Sorry. 5th edition and 3rd edition terminology gets mixed up sometimes. Yep, +4 bonus on all of the following checks and saves. Yada, yada, yada.
Does Vitor need to roll?
Ah, yes, he does. Oh, Skippy, don't forget to switch over to Eric. Well, Scotty knows how to survive in this frozen climate, but apparently Eric and Ulf have gotten soft ever since they, you know, started living in the city and sleeping indoors. And now they find themselves tired from just fighting off the cold and all of that. So you guys both know how to click tired on your sheet, right?
Yep.
All right. So you just go ahead and now you guys are both tired, and we're going to continue marching on. And as you're marching on, you come across Jalivi, a human from the lands of Angelgrund here, one of Scotty's people. Scotty recognizes her instantly, and you would of course recognize the chieftain's daughter, Princess Scotty. So instantly you see that you are saved. You have been sheltered behind a rock for the last day and a half, 2 days. You've lost track of time, but you've been bleeding out ever since your people were set upon by winter wolves. They're like dire wolves, except colder.
Okay.
Where is the tired modifier? I can't seem to find.
Fatigued.
It's under your character sheet, and at the top you'll see set penalties, set bonuses, and it's under bonuses, and you just click the enabled under tired, and then it'll automatically penalize you for me.
Okay, so I hear them coming, and I was like, and so I look at them faintly and say, "Oh, thank the gods. Maybe I won't die."
Still looking for it.
But probably still will. It's on every page because it's right at the top. As long as you're on the character sheet.
Set conditions. Fatigued, Brian.
Tired.
Tired? I don't see it.
Okay, let me take a look. It is possible, unlikely, but possible, that it is not there. There we go. Set buffs. Yeah, there you go. All right. So, Jalivi, you've been crouching behind these rocks over here. It's a big cliff. Your people had to push on without you because they couldn't find you after the winter wolves attacked. Everybody scattered. So now,
Okay. I don't have a map.
oh, I might not have set sight for you. Did you have the map before?
Only when I was a Xlana and when I was dead. Thank you.
Yo. So Scotty, of course, immediately approaches and is like, "What has happened?"
I was helping fight out. I was in the rear fighting the winter wolves attacked, and I was hurt and I couldn't go on. And the village people have continued northward, but I couldn't go on. I'm
To the
wounded.
YMCA?
To the
The village
what?
people. So,
Oh.
sorry. I am so
It's
sorry.
okay.
How did you ever survive? go ahead and just make up whatever, or if you don't want to, that's okay too.
Oh, I have crouched behind this rock, and I used some warmings. I used a warming chant to keep me warm, hoping somebody would come across me.
Oh well, thank the old gods that we managed to find you in time. You're half frozen to death here, and she drapes her best, warmest over coat over you and tries to warm you up.
And hands you her goodest berry.
Nope, those
Uh,
were all fed to Eric.
Yeah, thank you, Princess. I appreciate your kindness.
Oh, please call me Scotty.
Do we have
Okay.
any torches lit?
I don't see why you would in the middle of the day, but if you want.
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, let's light a torch just to warm her up.
That's
That's
not.
not really gonna do much.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I get where you're going with that, but a single torch is basically useless.
Right, so where are y'all headed? Where are y'all headed? Y'all going to find
We're going
the
to
village?
find the rest of the people.
The village people.
Yes.
What?
Can I come along? And I feel awful alone and exposed out here.
Yeah, well, it appears as though you've survived your wounds, so absolutely here, and she'll go ahead and cast a heal on you, even though it says you have full health. Obviously, you're not at full health, so
Okay.
you got bit. Are you bit?
I am frostbit.
Do we have any good berries left?
No, no good berries, but she is just gonna cast Cure Light Wounds.
Much better, thank you.
Yep, and that's perfect because I was gonna say you were at half health, so that's 10. So boom.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. So your people climbed the cliff and continued north.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I haven't set my spells or anything.
Hafnir's like, oh man, how are we gonna get up this cliff?
We've got the carts and oxen, don't we?
Yeah.
I'm going to scout around and see if I can find a path up the cliff that the carts and oxen can follow.
Same. I'll go the opposite direction.
And of course, Star is going to be circling looking, but it's going to come down to your guys' rolls. So
All right.
What would that be? Survival?
yeah, survival.
Would knowledge geography help any?
Not so much in this case, just because like you would have to have some real specific knowledge of this area, which you do not. Like it'd be one thing if this was closer to your home, then absolutely. But around here, you're just gonna kind of have to look. All right, so both of you guys find tracks where they climbed up, but it appears as though they used pittons and ice picks.
Fun, fun.
Game of Thrones style.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, that's not going to be hard for us to do either. How long
It
did
is
we
for
spend
me.
searching?
I have no strength.
How long did we spend searching?
Oh, you guys probably spent a good couple hours while they took a short rest. I mean,
All right.
you
I
know, you
figured the bird would have found something before us anyway, so
no,
I'll just
the bird
come back
sucks.
after.
The bird is useless.
Yeah. Alrighty. I guess. Did they leave the climbing tools there?
No.
All right. Well, we'll just make our own path up.
All right, so you guys can see where they climbed, and there's definitely handholds, but this is a 100-foot cliff. Climbing up it is deadly. If you fail, you could fall to your death.
On that note, I'm going to roll perception and make sure there's nothing around.
Eric listens closely, listening all around, feeling the spirits of the earth, the trees, painting with all the colors of the wind. He manages to catch a faint howl miles in the distance, answered by 3 more.
While he's listening to the wind fart, I'm gonna break out my climbing gear, pittance, start tying a safety rope around myself, and Eric, you ever belayed before?
Can't say that I have.
Oh, good, because now you and a couple other Vikings are gonna get to learn while I set the pikes and rope. And so yeah, I'm just gonna set pythons into the rock every, however, well actually how what gaps they use most likely, and use them to hold the rope in case I fall and
Yeah, you can
climb my
see
way up.
where they had all their stuff set up. I'm no expert climber or anything, so I don't have all of it, down pat, but I understand the basics, and you guys need to go ahead and roll a climb for you at first as you climb up this with a +2 for having the proper equipment.
And that way, if I fall, I won't to the ground. I'll just fall until however distance it.
Right. You're setting your
pin.
line each. Yeah. That's the way that works. Although it is always possible that they could fail.
It is.
Ain't no such thing as a guaranteed safe trip up a cliff,
Yeah. Whew. If I have any armor penalties, I'm going to take my armor off. So.
Yeah, go ahead and take a look at your armor, and it'll tell you if you have armor penalties. You can usually go under defenses, and it should tell you. Yeah, so if you click on your character.
Oh, wait. My sorceress has fly. I forgot. That is one of her skills.
And then I don't see it having an armor check penalty listed. That sucks. So then go to your character sheet. What armor do you have on? I can tell you what your armor check penalty is if you just tell me what armor you have on.
Well, it's listed as hide shirt, but it should be a chain shirt.
Chain shirt. Okay. You have a -4 to your check. So you pull your chain shirt off.
Right.
So now just add +4 to your roll.
Haha.
Thank God you did too, because that is the bare minimum needed to be able to get it just about. Like you're not looking like an expert, but by slowly taking your time, you've managed to set the first 50 feet of rope.
Is there anywhere for me to take a quick break? Although I can just hang for a short rest and then get back to climbing if there.
Yeah, yeah. You're able to take a short break here in between this. You're able to help people up to this. Basically, this is the halfway ledge. You know, there's room for about 3 people.
Oh no, I'd want to set everything and before we do that. But I will take a short rest myself, and then I'll go up the rest of the way, and I'll check to make sure everything looks good and whatnot before I make my climb.
Eric, make another perception roll. Eric, as you listen, you hear the howls getting closer. You know that this is not the howl of any ordinary wolf.
Guys, I think we have some wolves coming closer toward us.
So you tell me to hurry up?
Pretty much.
No, he's telling you take your time.
All right, I'm gonna make my roll to climb the rest.
Stay there so that you can survive the wolves and tell of everybody where these guys died.
How far away did they sound?
They sounded about 300 yards or so away.
On top or below?
Impossible to tell. But coming from the east, the right.
Does Peter sense anything?
Veter? Oh, yeah, he can smell. Yeah. He is getting anxious.
You want me to climb, or you want me to come back down to defend?
I think it's best that you come back down.
All right, I'll make my way back down. If I have time to don my armor, I will, but I don't know if I'll.
All right. So you guys are going to climb back down. Ulf, go ahead and roll your climb to climb back down, and this time you get a +6 because you have the pittons and the ropes already set. So as you climb back down, you look much more professional, and you make it to the bottom with enough time to put your armor on as suddenly a massive wolf covered in thick fur and ice shards stands at the top of the cliff.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Glad I came back down. I guess I'm gonna pull out my bow.
okay.
Glad he's up there and we're down here.
It's a 100-foot cliff.
Yeah, he's not going to jump 100 feet.
And you're not going to shoot 100 feet up, straight up a cliff. Like, there ain't no
Yeah.
And
Guess I'll get my normal weapons and yeah.
And now we're blocked from climbing up.
The wolf howls in agony, thinking that it was so close to having another meal, and now seeing that you guys are at the bottom of the cliff.
Well, what do you think we should do?
You got anything to drive it away?
I don't think so. Not from this distance, I don't think.
Didn't you say Jilivy could fly on up there, deal with that wolf?
I, uh, yeah, but I don't have the skill set.
What do you mean?
I don't have the skills set, and I don't.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Also, that was a complete joke. Like all of you
Yeah.
together, this is a tough fight. You flying up there alone is a suicide.
Yes, of course it is. I knew
That
that.
would be most unwise.
I guess what we do is just follow the hill from the bottom and see if we can maybe find another way up. So that's the only thing I can think of, because if we go up there, he's gonna attack us right away.
Well, I could talk to it.
I'm only waiting around so I can kill you.
So the bow has 100-foot range. If we're halfway up the cliff, we might just be in range. But then we have a shitty angle to shoot it, right?
Plus, you have
Yeah, you're
What?
working against gravity and the sheer uh, angle of the cliff and everything. Shooting straight up like that is just it's hard.
we just find
Watch out for falling arrows.
we just have to go around. We have to go around and find, and hopefully, we have to go another way.
Yeah.
And the wolf just follows us. No, we've got to go through the wolf.
Spoilers.
Well, fighting a wolf, fighting a wolf while climbing a 100-foot cliff is not my idea of a good time.
Yes, we will die.
If we can find another way, then we should find another way. That way, we don't have to try to climb and fight at the same time.
And that could take weeks. What abilities do you guys have?
I have speak with animals. That's the only thing that might help. I have pretty much everything in my spell book, and there might be something there, but I'd have to take a rest in order to be able to use it.
You already did.
I haven't put my spells in yet, but I have the only thing I was thinking of putting haunted fey creatures around me so that I could scare off things. I don't know if that's gonna even work.
I could do charm animal.
Yes.
Yep.
Do that.
What's the range on it?
I gotta look it up. Hang on.
Well, that's wild empathy. That's not
Yeah.
charm animal.
I was looking up the range on it.
There's no real range on it. Like the animal just has to be able to see and hear you.
Oh shit, I'll give it a try.
Well, I can try charming it then.
I will go for an aid. What do I need to roll for that?
Well, you'd have to have wild empathy.
Oh.
You can
Okay,
only
well, no, I
aid
don't-
with the same or similar set of skills.
What's that? Handle animal?
Yeah. So like if you had a really good handled animal, you could try to help with wild empathy.
I got a +6 modifier. What's yours?
I don't have animals, anything. I just was trying to think of a way, but it's charm, not wild empathy.
Eric,
What was the question?
what's your handle animal modifier?
3.
All right. Well, I'm going to try and use wild empathy to calm the wolfie down. You just aid me.
All right.
And I fail.
Charm would have been better.
You can still do that.
As you try to get the wolf's attention, it suddenly exhales a cone of ice in your direction. It unfortunately can't reach you, but
Unfortunately, my ass.
I don't think that worked very well. Okay, so can I attempt to charm animal it? I don't have it in my skills preset, but it is in the spell book, though.
yeah. I mean, you have access to all of the druid spells, so. Why isn't Charm Animal one of your spells?
I think he just doesn't have it memorized for that day.
Right. So is spell memorization a short rest or a long rest?
It's a long rest. You set your spells at the beginning of each day.
All right. Well, I have speak with animal. Otherwise, we're gonna have to take a long rest.
Well, you can try that. See if we can offer him some food to have him leave us the F alone.
So you cast Speak with Animals, and suddenly you find yourself able to communicate in a language that the wolf can communicate with you in. However, all he's doing is eyeing you up and waiting for you to try to move anywhere, and he's gonna, decide what he's gonna do.
If you let us pass, I can give you some food.
Oh, stupid human. You think this is about food?
Well, what is it about?
You are marked by the witch.
The witch. And what do you have to do with this?
I serve her.
Okay.
All right. Well, can everybody else in the party hear the conversation?
Well, they.
Yes, it sounds like a bunch of barks.
Yeah, right.
Um.
It's growls
Well,
and barks and yeah.
Okay.
Well, I translate for them and tell them that apparently that wolf is a servant of that witch that froze our asses back
Tell
there.
them anything you like, human. It will not change your fate.
Ask him if we can hire him away from the witch.
Okay,
We'll
I
bribe you with
I
food.
have this spell that I haven't said them yet, but it's called Detect Fiendish Presence. I was gonna put in my book, but I haven't done my book yet. So,
It probably detects it if you use it, but I wouldn't buy.
at least we know where the hag is, so we know not to go that way.
It only has a limited range, though. It's not like it tells you, exactly where she is or anything like that. It just tells you if there's a fiendish presence within, I think it's like 60 feet or maybe a mile, but either way, it's not going to be like showing you where she is if she's far away.
Okay.
So we can try and hex it to sleep. which it probably has too many hit points for. But what other options do you guys have to use?
Well, I technically don't have anything because I didn't memorize anything. I'm just saying what I was planning on doing.
Eric?
Give me just a second.
That's a goddamn good idea. Why haven't I hexed this already? So, any hit dice. And it needs to make a will difficult. Oh, that ain't that hard to make. Wah wah. So the wolf laughs and Eric can hear it taunting him. Your witch is weak.
Do I have clear line of sight to the wolf?
Yes. Oh. What the heck? The description says it's only 30 feet for hex. The range says medium, though. I'm going to have to fix that.
Yeah, I don't have anything that can reach the wolf right now. I'd have to take a rest and pull out the spell book and memorize something.
Do we have a second set of climbing gear?
Scotty should probably have some. Jalivy would have. No, Jalivy can fly.
Alright. Just because I want to know what the freaking, if it'll scare it off, please cast the Haunted Bay thing for me. The Haunted Bay is a level 0? Level something.
What's it do? Just post a description.
It just puts haunted things out. Hopefully it'll scare it off, but I doubt it will. I don't have anything.
Okay, so I guess we're kind of talking our plans out amongst ourselves. What if we put up 2 sets of climbing spread apart so that the wolf can't guard them both, and whichever one he doesn't guard, that's the way we go up.
Alright.
While they're talking about that, I'm going to try to intimidate the wolf.
We can kill this wolf if it didn't have the high ground. Star and Scotty can talk to each other, keep tabs on where the wolf is while we send up a party to make the climb and to deal with the wolf. And if the wolf leaves the other one, we climb up that way too, and we have it in a pincer.
I don't think the wolf finds me very intimidating.
He finds you cuddly and dumb.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Alright.
Your intimidation check just convinces him that you're tasty.
Great.
Alright, I'm gonna try to distract him with the Haunted Bay aspect so y'all can climb. So please cast that for me because I don't have it up.
Are you telling me this?
I'm telling the DM that.
Okay.
I don't know how to cast it because it's not a thing that you can just pull up.
Alright.
If this is a good point to break, we can do that. But what do you guys think about my?
I think it's a good plan.
You gotta drag and drop it into your sheet and then cast it from your sheet, or cast it normally if you have it dragged and dropped into your sheet.
Okay, well, I was trying to figure out what I wanted I was waiting. But anyway, all right, hang on.
Yeah, I think it's a good plan, Ulf.
Also, are you sure that's one of the spells you want to choose as a sorceress?
There's nothing I don't even know. I don't even know.
I would choose something that is versatile.
There's nothing that's gonna do damage.
Yeah, but
I
don't
was just
choose based on this. You don't choose your spells just, because of this encounter. Like, you're a sorceress, so whatever spells you pick, those are the spells you have. So you need to choose things that are going to be useful across a variety of encounters.
Right.
Okay, I'm just going to suggest that this might make a good point to stop. It's something for when Bruce gets back, we can jump into. And this will give Carrie time to finish fleshing out her skills and whatnot.
I was actually just waiting for you guys to pick a direction to start moving in, and then that was going to be the next thing that happened. Was something was going to happen, and then we were going to stop.
Well, am I going to have an opportunity to memorize spells for next session?
I mean, not right off the bat. You guys have to deal with what's happening. There's a winter wolf 100 feet above you and a cliff that you have to climb, and you're at one of the spots that you found to climb, and there's another spot off to the left if that's where you guys want to go. But I was, letting you guys decide as a party what you wanted to do, and then
What
Yeah, we're just gonna split up our party and have each of them climb in one of the two spots.
distance away is that other spot?
maybe an hour, or so.
Great.
Not like a huge distance, but not right over there either.
Yeah, the
Also,
wolf can't instantly be there.
he can't instantly be there. Also, are you saying that people are going to start climbing with this wolf right here?
No, we would position a team at the halfway point with somebody that's comfortable doing the rest of the climbing, pittance and whatnot if the wolf leaves. If the wolf stays there, then what other group goes around is going to set up the same pittance and ropes to make it easier. And
well, the problem with that is whoever's on the half link right below him is gonna die.
I don't think the wolf can get there.
I don't think the wolf is going to jump 50 feet onto a narrow ledge.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. First of all, Hafnir does not think that splitting up with a huge winter wolf, standing above is the best idea. If you guys want to try to move to the other one, Hafnir suggests that you all move as one.
And is the wolf going to follow us?
Well, I mean, you guys have to
He
tell me
can't
what you're
tell you
doing.
that.
Yeah, right. You have to tell me what you're doing, and then I'll tell you what the wolf does. Right now, the wolf is just salivating, hoping you guys are dumb enough to try to climb.
I'm going to make a diplomacy check to convince Hafnir of my tactics, and anybody that wants to aid me, great, but I'm making my...
Oh, God.
I
Elf
don't-
is making a diplomacy check. Didn't
I
we talk
don't
about
agree.
this? Yes,
Great, we're doing what Hafnir wants.
I'm going to aid on this.
It doesn't
Matter.
if the
We're
two.
doing what Hafnir wants. We're going to the other spot.
Not only are you doing what Hafnir wants, but as you go to confront Hafnir and tell him of your superiority, he basically makes you look foolish by saying, "And which half is going to stay here and face the wolf?"
The tasty half? And I'll say that. And then I'll realize how stupid my plan is, and you're right. Let's just go to the other.
And actually you managed to kind of turn a very embarrassing situation into one where everybody kind of laughs and you know, yes, your plan was not good and everybody knows that, but like you still kind of won the crowd over, you know. Like they're not going to go with your plan because it's dumb, but they're
And I agree with them. That is a dumb plan.
but they're all back on your side again, you know, laughing and everything. So you were about to lose face in front of the Vikings there, but you managed to turn it around through role play.
Oh, no more diplomacy checks for you.
Like ever.
I gave you the opportunity to aid me, and part of that is telling me to shut the fuck up.
Right. Okay, so you know, as you guys said, you are now all gonna move, and as you do so, the wolf, now past the 2 minutes of the duration of your spell, um, just howls and kind of takes off into the woods, and you can't see him because of the cliff now. Oh, and Eric, if you want to roll perception, or anyone, it's a wolf howling, like anyone can hear it. Eric was just the one who had heard it, and then I don't think you told anyone about it, which is why I just had you roll again, because you'd be listening for it. Yeah, so, all of you can hear um, the wolves howling, and there's definitely more than two of them.
Yay, he was a scout.
Lovely. I think we need to hightail it up that other cliff before he brings help.
Yeah, so once all the players are here, even you can hear it, Jalivi. It's a wolf howling, so it was only difficulty class 10. Uh, you guys can't, or Eric, you can tell that there is exactly four. Ulf, you can tell that there's like three or four, and Jalivi, you just know that there's more than two. Um,
Hey guys, I think there's 4 of them.
I think there's 3.
Alright, enough.
so once all the players are here, you guys can formulate your strategies and all of that. But now there's 4 wolves, and they ran off into the woods as you guys make your way to the next one. So whether you're going to do a forced march or a sprint or whatever you're going to do, we'll decide that next time. And as always, good gaming.
Alrighty, thank you.
Okay, good game.